Hey guys, this is Adrian, your trusted real estate investor in Warsaw. I've been trying to develop some land, and with that, you need to know the building laws of Poland. And there have been some changes coming in from April 2024. So I wanted to just update you a little bit on these changes and slowly see what's happening. Yeah. So the first one is the law that allowed developers in commercial properties to basically build units that are less than 25 square meters and sell them. Yeah. So this new law is kind of limiting that, so people cannot really take advantage of that because before they were able to. So 25 square meters is the minimum, but it does basically excludes co-living buildings. So that's still okay to do, but yeah, other commercial premises cannot be built less than 25 square meters and then be sold individually. So that's one thing that's gonna limit a lot of developers, but still it's possible to do it in hotels and such things, right? Then we have the reducing the building density, and how they're trying to do this is usually there was 4 meters. You need to basically, if you have land, yeah, you need to keep like 4 meters from the border to your building, the new building. And this 4 meters is if you have a window or a door, like an opening. If you didn't have a door or a window, you could have 3 meters from the border. So now for multifamily buildings, they're increasing this to 5 meters, whether you have or don't have a window. So they just want to make the city a bit less concrete feeling, right? So that's good. It usually, well, it's going to limit some small lands even more. So if some people have small plots in around the city, and these small plots, yeah, from every side, imagine from every side there's gonna be 4 meters. Yeah. I don't know if this works, but yeah, 4 meters. So basically you can only build in the middle, and if it was 1 meter you could really build a nice place there. For the small lands it matters. For the big lands it probably doesn't make a big difference, right? Then we have increasing the space between production and storage purposes from residential buildings. Is probably about fire safety. So now if there's a storage area or commercial, let's say, production building, it should have minimum 30 meters if it's above 1,000 square meters from the residential buildings, even if it's on the next plot, right? So this is actually, that's crazy that this law just came in, because I think a few weeks ago there was actually a fire in Warsaw it was a commercial building, and there was a huge fire. So they sent SMSs to people and everyone got scared, but that happens, yeah. So regulations for parking spaces for disabled people. So what happened was there was a lot of some developers that really overused this law, and they would basically put 100% parking spaces for handicapped people in front of the building, which is not possible. If it's usual parking spaces, you have to have a distance between the parking and the building. I don't know exactly why, but I guess it's for pedestrian safety, maybe for fire safety. Yeah, not sure. But handicap parking spaces could be next to the building. Now they're limiting that to 6% of the total amount of parking spaces, and not less than 1. So you always have to have 1. And this is, again, usually we're speaking about multifamily, right? These regulations are limiting that. And then you need to have changing room for handicapped people. Yeah. Another thing that they added is that you should have mandatory room for bicycles and strollers. So they're saying about 15 square meters inside the building with access to the elevator, which makes sense, right? Even in my project, which I'm going to do in Otwock probably, keep an eye out for that. I actually might want to take on one investor up to 2 million zloty. The return is going to be 7% guaranteed, for example, and then we split the profit 50-50. So you might want to have a European Union citizenship, because then I can put you on the land, so that's the security for you. But anyways, that's another thing. Anyways, even for those small buildings that I'm going to build, I was already thinking to put bike racks. It's really useful, I use bikes, love bikes, and here they're just making it mandatory for multifamily buildings to have this kind of rooms and spaces, right? In this building that I live, they don't have it. And one time my friend's bike, Daniel's bike, was stolen, and it was a sad day, even though it didn't cost anything. But yeah, definitely good to have. Then we have Increase requirements for playgrounds and recreational areas. Makes sense. Now they're requiring that anything, I'm gonna put the link below for you guys, but for each square meter of an apartment, basically, for each apartment in the multifamily building, you need 1 square meters. Yeah. So if you have 40 apartments, you need 40 square meters of recreational and green area and playground, right? If it's above 50 meters, yeah, if it's above 50 apartments, you need 50 meters, up to 100. And then if it's above 100 to 300 apartments, local like units, then you need 0.5 square meters for each apartment, right? So let's say you have 200 apartments, then you need 100 square meters of playground and recreational area, right? Green area. Then you need 200 meters if there are more than 300 apartments in your complex facility, right? So that's just some recreational area stuff. You need 30% of it should be green biologically active area. That's what they call it, which means basically like trees and walkways, pathways which are not concrete, just grass, whatever. Yeah. So those are those rules about that. More privacy in balconies, which makes sense. I mean, think about some luxury buildings. When you go out in your balcony, imagine you're living there, you're there with your girlfriend, wife, man, husband, whatever. You want to sit in the balcony, sunbath a little bit, and literally you go outside the building. This is your balcony. This is the next neighbor's balcony, and then you can see each other, and everyone can see each other on a row. That's not so comfortable, right? You can. So now they're requiring that there's at least 2 meters of walls on the sides. Yeah, 2.2. So you have some privacy from the side, and of course in the front you could, as a house owner or apartment owner, you could always put something to block the view from the below. From above you cannot do much, but yeah, you can. Then you don't have a balcony anymore. You have a room, and yeah, that's another thing. Then we have increased acoustic insulation laws that just came into effect, which means that they want all of the apartment to be 37 decibels acoustically insulated. So again, these are good things in my opinion, and me as a developer, I was already thinking to use the best available acoustically available method, because I know how annoying it can be for people to hear each other, and especially if they're not living in the same family. So there are many technological solutions to this, but now they're making it mandatory. And yeah, even the door that you enter from should be acoustically, 37 decibels. And of course, these laws, it also affects the manufacturers, because if they want to sell, they will have to create these things. So from the laws comes the industry, everything starts evolving around these laws, right? So yeah, then you have some laws about publicly accessible squares, where unless it's a administrative or a, well, not administrative, let me read here, unless it's a clinic or education facility, you still need 25% of the biologically active area. Even if the MPZP, the local development plan, does not say it, you still need to keep it now. 20%, 25% minimum, yeah? Even if it's not. So this is warunki techniczne. This is above the city plan, right? You always need to keep this in mind. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this update video. Now this channel is turning from a small investor into more development and investment channel, because that's the route I'm going to. I'm still gonna release videos if there's some questions, and of course I'm on the Facebook group, so join the Facebook group if you like. I put the link below, and there you can ask questions, and there are lots of people in our Facebook group. We are already at 200 something members, and many investors there can help you with investing in apartments. And of course I've been helping a few clients so far with Jason, my let's say mentor. How I invested in the first apartment in Poland was all thanks to him. And yeah, we can help you, basically take you through the process, show you some apartments. You're probably going to lose some deals, and after that you'll have the pain of knowing what's a good deal. So we'll show you the areas and all of that. So I still offer that service, but now I'm going to be focusing more and more on buying the lands and building it. And of course that's a totally different direction that I'm going to take this channel. But anyways, If you haven't checked out this other video, click right here, and see you next time. Bye.